Welcome back to the Dennis Damp Show. Today we're talking about something every federal employee earns, but many don't really think about strategically until they're getting close to retirement. Annual leave and sick leave. Those hours sitting on your leave statement aren't just time off. They're part of your federal benefits, and understanding how they accumulate can make a real difference when you're planning vacations, managing use or lose leave, or deciding when to retire. Let's start with annual leave. For most full-time federal employees, the amount you earn depends on your years of creditable service. Employees with fewer than 3 years of service generally earn 4 hours of annual leave every biweekly pay period. As your federal career progresses, that accrual rate increases. Once you reach 15 years of service, most full-time employees earn 8 hours every pay period. Over a career, that adds up to a substantial amount of paid leave. But here's where planning becomes important. For most federal employees working in the United States, the standard annual leave carryover limit is 240 hours, or 30 days. Anything above your applicable ceiling can become what we call use or lose leave. If you're carrying a large balance, you don't want to reach the end of the leave year and suddenly realize you've accumulated hours that could be forfeited. That's one reason we created the Federal Leave Calculator. Instead of simply looking at today's balance, the calculator helps you estimate where your leave may be headed based on your current situation and expected accrual. That can help you plan vacations, monitor use or lose leave, estimate your year-end balance, or compare different retirement dates. Now let's talk about sick leave, because the rules are very different. Full-time federal employees generally earn 4 hours of sick leave every biweekly pay period, regardless of their years of service. And unlike annual leave, there is no limit on how much sick leave you can accumulate. Over 20 or 30 years, that can become a significant benefit. Now here's something especially important if you're approaching retirement. Annual leave and sick leave aren't treated the same way when you leave federal service. Unused annual leave generally results in a lump sum payment when an eligible employee separates from federal employment. So, if you're preparing to retire, your projected annual leave balance can become part of your retirement date strategy. You may want to look at how much leave you'll accumulate, how much you plan to use, whether you have use or lose hours, and what your expected lump sum payment could look like. Sick leave works differently. Instead of receiving a lump sum payment, eligible unused sick leave can have retirement implications under the applicable federal retirement rules. That's why I encourage federal employees to stop thinking about leave as simply vacation days or sick days. It's an earned benefit that should be included in your overall retirement planning. We've created the Federal Leave Calculator to make that easier. Whether you're several years away from retirement or you're trying to choose between 2 possible retirement dates, you can use it to estimate your leave and get a clearer picture of where your balance may be headed. Of course, a calculator is an estimate. Your actual leave, accrual, retirement credit, balances, and payments depend on your employment history and applicable agency and OPM rules. Always compare your calculations with your official records and verify important retirement information with your agency's Human Resources Office. But don't wait until your final few months of federal service to start looking at these numbers. Track your leave, understand what you've accumulated, watch your use or lose balance. And as retirement gets closer, make your annual and sick leave part of the larger retirement conversation. You've earned those benefits throughout your federal career. Make sure you understand how to use them wisely. I'm Dennis Damp. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on The Dennis Damp Show.